Yo guys, what's up? And welcome to today's trade recap of the trade that I took yesterday on the 4th of November. We had no high impact news, which is always a good indicator for clean price action. As you guys should know by now, every time we have high impact news, this is the time where we need to be extra cautious. And this is also the time where most of the unpredictable high volatile moves are happening. So yeah, having no news is always good. We can expect clean price action. And yesterday was a perfect example. Coming into market open, I had a bullish bias, and this is because if you go to the higher time frames, obviously you can see that overall we were in a bearish downtrend, especially the breakout out of this box right here that we were consolidating for multiple hours. We pretty much had a very bearish sentiment overall, but every time we have these big moves to the downside or to the upside, market always wants to correct these moves. And yeah, just remember price is fractal. Price moves the same way on every single time frame. So I saw this big move to the downside. I knew, okay, there will be the time for a correction. Maybe it's today. So according to this theory, additionally to the buildup of these low resistance liquidities that we built up here pre-market, that I marked out right here, including London lows, my bias was completely bullish. So I really wanted to see market come all the way up here, take out these low resistance highs, and maybe even take out equilibrium of this entire move down that we actually took out. Let me mark this out for you real quick. It's pretty interesting. So if we mark out the equilibrium from this swing high right here to this swing low on the hourly time frame, we can see that market actually pushed up all the way, took out equilibrium, and then continued to move lower. So this is exactly what I mean. Every time we have big moves, there needs to be a correction of these big moves until we continue into the overall direction of the trend. So because we are now in a downtrend, this was a correction, and then we continue to move lower. So with that in the back of my head, having a bullish bias, I was ready to watch what market is offering me after market opened. We can see this wick of this blue 50-minute candle. After market opened, we pushed to the downside. We swept out this 50-minute low. We had a BPR, balanced price region right here, basically a bullish and a bearish fair value gap overlapping that we completely respected. And look at this nice response to the upside. I scaled down to the 1 minute to see the response out of these key levels. And pretty much further confirmation confluences. We had this 1 minute inverse fair value gap. You can see the bullish blue candle, the body closes above the bearish fair value gap. So it's basically an inverse fair value gap, break of structure. It's pretty similar. I didn't enter only off of these confluences. I was like watching the order flow because I was still very, very cautious that we might also take out London lows right here before we move higher. So I was also watching NQ. NQ had pretty similar price action. You can see we pushed down immediately after market opened. Let's scale down to the 1 minute. What did NQ offer us off of these key levels? And yeah, you can see basically the same. NQ inverse this bearish fair value gap. Additionally, you got a break of structure right here above this high, pretty much with the same candle. And you could have entered directly off of these confluences on NQ. I also saw the possible entry, but I didn't want to take it just because my risk to reward ratio to my target take profits wouldn't be as good as on the S&P. So yeah, knowingly that we could have entered already on NASDAQ, I was just watching ES. And after ES inversed this fair value gap, we were getting a small correction on the 1 minute time frame. You can also say that from that high to that high, it was just equilibrium that we took out, and then we respected multiple times this bullish BPR until we get a nice response out of it. And this is exactly where I decided to enter, put my stops underneath the sweep, and target as my take profits these low resistance liquidities up here, including pre-session highs, London highs. So my initial TPs were London highs and this 50-minute high right here. So it was a good risk to reward ratio, definitely better risk to reward ratio than on NASDAQ. That's why I decided to take this trade on ES. You can see it played out perfectly. What a clean move I caught right here. Also, you can see that we broke structure on the 5-minute with this big 5-minute candle, broke structure. And this is where I was fully out of the trade at my second take profit right here. I could have left a little bit of percentage of my position in the trade. But I was completely fine with my 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. So I was pretty much satisfied with that. Closed all of my position out on my second take profit. But it's just very interesting to see that after we took out equilibrium, you could have also maybe scaled down to lower time frames to see for confirmation confluences and then maybe find a short entry, because then eventually we took out London lows. So all these building blocks that we're trying to teach you are completely for free. You can just join the Discord. The link is on my YouTube. There's lots and lots of value in there. Keep saying it over and over again. All these recaps also here on my YouTube channel. Feel free to watch them. Feel free to watch them over and over again. I can only recommend you the Discord again. Join the Discord. The link is on my channel. There's much more value also coming in the future. And if you don't understand anything that I'm explaining so far, we have a playlist that is completely for free where we are explaining every single building block that we are using for our entries. So feel free to check that out if you want to. I think for this entry, there's not really much more to say to it. It was a pretty clean move. It's just nice to see how these building blocks work, especially when we have no news. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. Feel free to join the Discord. See you in the next one. Peace out.